As she's come into power, we start to see her not as a champion for human rights, but as someone who is very isolated, who doesn't speak out on human rights issues.
Actually, it depends on who you ask. If you ask a lot of foreigners, they will base a lot of judgment of her on the Rakhine crisis and on the treatment of the Rohingya. But a lot of people within Myanmar still see her as enjoying a lot of legitimacy and a lot of popular support because she's seen as Mother Sue.
For a long time, she was kind of put on a pedestal by the West, this kind of Rapunzel of the East character, locked away and talking about the importance of human rights and universal values. And she certainly endorsed that. But now recently, when she's saying, I'm just a politician, it allows us to reassess those earlier claims, and maybe we should assess her for what kind of a politician she actually is.
I think Daw Suu wants these grand 800-person union peace conferences where everyone can give speeches, but there's no real discussions and nothing's really agreed to. But it appears to the people and to the international community as if peace is progressing. And to me, that's just a charade. I think all the conferences that she's had are meaningless.
The NLD is continuing the peace process, but the main point here really is it's about building trust because promises have been broken. The trust deficit really drills down deep into how center-periphery relations have been conducted in the past, and they've just been compounded.
She seems to be aligned so closely with the military, the negotiations are not being done in particularly good faith.
And the USDP government did a better job than mobilizing potential resources, seeking out to those people who can be potentially the enemy. But in contrast, NLD government, they have more confidence in their own legitimacy and the people's support, and they didn't do a good job at mobilizing those critical resources to the NLD government.
People like Aung San Suu Kyi, who spent nearly 30 years fighting for the democracy, he should not silence on this issue. Even I, just as former minister, have the able to speak about how we have to recognize the Rohingya as a community. She should have more courage than me to tell what the country should treat these people and how to solve the problem.
Well, if you look at the Constitution, 35% go to representatives nominated by the military. So we can only contest 75% of the seats. That means, as I always say, that we have only 75% of rights, but 100% of the responsibilities. That's how it goes.
This is a security issue in which the Tatmadaw and the police forces were really behind this. And so I don't really buy this attitude that Daw Suu could have waved a magic wand and kind of stopped all this. It would have been incredibly difficult for her to actually do that. What she should have done was actually speak out and say, I believe these reports and that people should be protected. And she failed to do that. And that's where she will be damned by history, and she deserves it.
She had to consider if she decided to go face to face and confront the military, she will lose the peace process. So that might be the rationality she may have when she thought about the Rakhine crisis as well.
That's been seen very, very clearly in the situation of media workers and journalists who continue to face arrest, prosecution and imprisonment for reporting, often on sensitive issues, including the military.
I actually think press freedoms here are much greater than they have been for many, many years, but that's not without problems.
Granted, she's not responsible for the military, but her government has fostered narratives of hate. They have sidelined and marginalized those who've spoken out against the military. That is not someone who is a symbol of hope or courage or the undying defense of human rights.
Aung San Suu Kyi, for me, she embodies resilience. Resilience as an individual, resilience as a political leader. She wins another term that will just prove to the world that she is not a fading icon. And when we say fading icon, to whom? To the Myanmar people, she's not.